Hi and welcome back to Gamers Web. Today we're going to carry on with our continuing look at Warhammer 40,000 Conquest by Shep Parkworks and Games Workshop, and we're now up to issue 25, so we're quite motoring along. Okay, this is the second part of a two-part issue. This one looks at the Redemptor Dreadnought, and this is the sprue, which we'll have a closer look in a moment. Last week we got the first part, which consisted of a gun and an arm and another little piece and the base, and this gives us the rest of the model. So we'll look at that in a moment, but let's just have a quick look through the magazine itself. Okay, so as I said, issue 25. Discover more about your dreadnoughts, painting your Redemptor, powerful models in your games, because dreadnoughts are pretty powerful, but there are some things in 40k that are a lot powerfuler than dreadnoughts. Okay, so on the back we have issue 26, which contains a resupply of Abaddon Black and a new shade to add to your shades, which is Reichland Flesh Shade, which is a really good paint. It's very good for flesh, obviously, but it's really good for details like clothing and banners. It's like a sepia colour, very nice. And then issue 27, learn about rhinos, building guide, detailed build guide, exciting new missions. This is your first tank. Okay, so a rhino is an APC, it's an armoured personnel carrier that seats about 10 men comfortably, or 5 in Space Marine armour. And it's most likely, I think it's going to be over 2 issues. I don't think it's more than being two issues. I think it's 27 and 28, but we'll find that out next week. Okay, so let's jump straight in. We'll have a look at the model in a moment. Okay, so more about dreadnoughts. Now, as I said in the last video, there are quite a few different types of dreadnoughts in 40k. Contemptor dreadnoughts is a very old style dreadnought that dates back tens of thousands of years in the 41st millennium. Okay, so this is going to probably look at the different kinds of dreadnoughts. So ironclad, yeah, dreadnought weapons, and you've got your various dreadnought weapons here. I'm not sure, but I think all these are Jess Goodwin illustrations, because Jess was one of the lead designers on the Space Marines back when 40k first started off. So I think these are Jess Goodwin artwork. So you've got twin-linked glass cannon, heavy plasma, multi-melter, missile launcher, assault cannon, and the dreadnought close combat power claw. These things are pretty nasty in combat, and if you're new to 40k, you'll be surprised how deadly they can be. Okay, so Disciples of Decay, looking at the Death Guard and the plague bearers people that they bring with them, which are often fallen Imperial Guardsmen, or Astra Militarum as they're now called. And then you've got the Dark Mechanicum, Traitor Guardsmen, Traitor Knights, Traitor Titans. Basically just giving you a quick look at the various factions within the Chaos Pantheon. Okay, so how to paint your Redemptor tells you what you need. So this is being painted as an Ultramarine one. Now, I was really surprised that they didn't include any decals, which are little insignia that you use and put them on the actual miniature itself by sliding them off with the water and a brush. I'm surprised they didn't include any decals at all, but your decals are available from Games Workshop. So, not too expensive. Okay, so how to put all your details onto the Dreadnought, how to paint it. You know, this is probably the most in-depth painting guide we've had, because this is over 5 pages, which is great. And then Redemptor Strike. So one Redemptor Dreadnought against all those Poxwalkers and Marines. Well, Terminators actually, and Marines. Quite formidable, but I think it could be a more or less an even fight. So it's 5 Plague Marines and 12 Poxwalkers against 1 Dreadnought. Yeah, they're not Terminators, my mistake. Okay, then we got the how to changing data sheets. So because Dreadnoughts are large vehicles, their data sheet is slightly different. And then we have a data sheet here for the Dreadnought, and then a mission, which is basically Fury Unleashed, and Might versus Blight. And that's more or less the end of the issue. Okay, so we'll have a quick look at the model itself. Again, this is an easy fit kit. You can just snap the parts off and stick them together, but I would suggest using glue because you'll get a better finish that way. I'm just going to zoom in so we can actually have a quick look at some of the details. Okay, so that's the front sarcophagus of the dreadnought, and as you can see, it's got scroll work and the crux terminus, which is the cross thing that's on there, which means that this is a veteran. But then again, all dreadnoughts are basically veterans, and that's the other half of the assault cannon, which we got the first part last week. Okay, so very, very simple to put together. The instructions were actually in last week's issue, and I'm going to leave a link down below of the actual video, the last week's video, and I will also in the next video show you this model built up. In fact, I might actually do a build on it because it's very, very quick and very easy to do, but I might do a build video for it. Okay, so that's it until the next time. As always, I've been Mark, Gamers Web, by gamers, for gamers.